5 ways to torture a narcissist. Warning, really sadistic. Narcissists want you to think and believe that they are all-powerful, omnipotent, and infallible. They create the illusion that they are untouchable and impervious to criticism, failure, or emotional vulnerability. This is part of their defense mechanism, designed to protect their fragile self-esteem and maintain control in relationships. It is part of their strategy to maintain admiration and a sense of superiority over you. It is a facade designed to mask their underlying insecurities and fears of inadequacy. By portraying themselves as invincible and perfect, they seek to dominate relationships, to bolster their fragile self-esteem and prevent you from challenging or undermining their authority. This apparent all-powerful persona is often reinforced by manipulation tactics like gaslighting, intimidation, or exaggerating their achievements, all of which aim to make you doubt yourself and remain dependent on their version of reality. Because the true reality is that beneath this facade, they are highly sensitive to criticism or rejection. Even small challenges to their self-image can provoke intense anger, defensiveness, or emotional outbursts. They act as though nothing can impact them, when it's really just a carefully crafted shield to keep you from seeing their vulnerabilities, because they do have certain buttons that can be pushed to make them go insane. Here are 5 ways that you can torture a narcissist. 1. Don't take the bait. Narcissists bait you because deep down they feel powerless, insecure, and uncertain about their own worth. They bait, provoke, or seek to dominate you in an attempt to mask those insecurities and regain a sense of control or superiority. They thrive on eliciting emotional reactions because it gives them a sense of power and control. So by refusing to engage or react to their provocations, you can protect yourself from being drawn into their manipulative games. Stay calm and detached. Avoid defending or explaining yourself. Set boundaries. Don't feed their ego. Use the grey rock technique. Redirect the conversation, or remove yourself from the situation altogether. By refusing to engage in their manipulations or emotional traps, you deprive them of the control and attention they crave. 2. Deflect their attempts of manipulation and gaslighting. Narcissists will try to mess with your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. They will try to get inside your head to make you believe in whatever serves them. But you can detach from this by holding on to your truth, by recognizing the separation between you and them. Because as a separate person, you are entitled to your own beliefs and opinions. You don't have to think how they want you to think, which will bruise their ego because they want you to react. They want you to take it personally, because then they gain a sense of control, which makes them feel special and powerful. Because getting control of another person's mind and emotions gives them an emotional boost. It makes them feel important, when normally they would feel insignificant and irrelevant. So reject their attempts to manipulate and gaslight you. Create distance. Hold on to your truth. 3. Challenge their idealized self. Mocking or devaluing a narcissist's idealized self can deeply wound them, because their inflated self-image is their most prized possession. It is their idealized, fantastical, delusional story of how wonderful, powerful, wealthy, attractive, or intelligent they're meant to be, because they want to be significant to you. But if you can identify or highlight flaws in their plans, ideas, or arguments, it will then reduce their significance to you, until you begin to feel indifferent, distant, cold, and detached. And you can then slowly and subtly change their false self over time, which will torture them and drive them insane. But be very careful when you challenge a narcissist's idealized self, because if you inflict a narcissistic injury and they go into a narcissistic rage, they will show a disproportionate and very extreme response, which shows a difference or relation that is not fair, reasonable, or expected. They will pursue you to punish you, because you figured out their game. You've mapped their unrealistic viewpoint of themselves and how they expect the world to respond to them. You've dissected their ways of thinking and methodology, which is shaming and embarrassing for a narcissist, because it's all they've got. They hide behind masks and illusions to prop up their grandiosity and sense of entitlement. But when it's all laid bare and lacking any tool or weapon, they don't know how to handle it. Because they've been strategizing and manipulating people their entire lives. If they were to come clean, it would mean they're not entitled to anything. And they know it. This is why they do not like to be challenged on anything, because secretly they know that the false self is false. So if you put all of your cards on the table and you're completely open and honest about everything you know about them, it will cause them severe mental suffering. Four, expose them. Narcissists need narcissistic supply. They don't need love. They don't need connection. They don't want an authentic reciprocal relationship with another human being. They need their own narcissistic version of love and attention, which gives them an emotional high. And that is their narcissistic supply. If you cut off their supply, it will cause them emotional distress, because that is their drug. It makes them feel alive. Without it, they feel dead inside. So if you threaten to damage a source of supply that they highly value by exposing the true nature of the narcissist, and they feel like it's going to be permanently affected, they will lose their minds, because they abandoned their authentic self in childhood. They have built a wall around themselves and interacted with the external world using a false self. But then the false self doesn't really interact with the external world. It interacts with a mirror that distorts reality. It reframes everything. It tells them whatever they want to hear. This is their false image. So whatever happens, the narcissist will restructure what is happening to fit a pre-existing fantasy-based narrative, which tells them how wonderful and amazing they are. They use this false image to garner narcissistic supply and to avoid a narcissistic injury. It's a defense mechanism. A false display which they use to get reactions from people. Because if you have been involved with a narcissist long enough, you will know that however they present themselves is usually the opposite of how they actually are. They may claim to care about the children, but then you may have seen them treat their child with contempt, cruelty, or indifference, which could expose the truth of who they are. It ruins the false image that they are projecting to the world. It permanently damages their narcissistic supply, even if you don't expose them. Because just the fear that it might happen will cause them severe emotional distress. 5. Focus on rebuilding your life. Narcissists thrive on control, attention, and validation. They struggle to attain these things from you if you have a life outside of them. This is why they will deliberately leave you in darkness, and they want you to remain in darkness forever, because it provides them with a sense of control. It makes them feel superior and secure. It gives them narcissistic supply, which makes them feel significant. But if you become what they never wanted you to become, the best version of yourself, it will cause a huge narcissistic injury. Because it proves to them that all of their strategies are useless. They have failed miserably because you proved them wrong. They tried to destroy you, but you rebuilt yourself. you became better than who you were before meeting them, which causes them to feel a loss of control, because they lose their ability to influence your actions or emotions. They experience an ego injury because their fragile self-esteem depends on external validation. So when you decide to focus on your life, it sends the message that you no longer prioritize them, which feels like rejection, a deep wound to their ego. It deprives them of supply and exposes them to their own insecurity as they become increasingly frustrated with your independence. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Hit the subscribe button to receive the notifications. If you would like to support the channel, you can donate at paypal.me/Narc Survivor. You can book a one-on-one with me on our website. It's narcsurvivor.co.uk. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.